Hi, so this is another video on how to train your horses on Sport of Kings. This time we're going to be looking at homebreds, and although the process is still the same, we're going to have a quick look at the evaluation process as well. So we'll go to Visit Breeder. These are my sires. I've got plenty breeds left, so I want to use one of my sires. I don't have as many good mares, they're quite, average, so I want to find a half decent mare to breed with. So what I need to do, I need to open another page, breeding, on the breeder, and I need to check someone else's mares who they're offering for breeding. So we'll do, say, Big Voice Steve, filter, and that will show you what mares he's put up for breeding. Now, I'd like to breed this horse. That's basically a turf sprint classic type horse, and I'd look for something that was similar like this one. So a love bucket. So what I want to do is I want to evaluate them, see what kind of horse I'm likely to get from it. So we'll go back to breeding, and we'll go to the breeding evaluator. I only want to see my sires. I'm looking at significant guest, and I want to see, what's the name of it? Love bucket is what I want to see. So I'll scroll down and look for it. And it's nowhere to be found. Well, the reason for that is it could be the horse who never won a race. So unclick that. It could be the horse who never even seen a race course. It might have been retired beforehand. So unclick that and have another look. It can be a bit fiddly, this thing. There it is, love bucket. Right, so just double check that it's still got the same sire. Sometimes it slips to another sire. Tell me about the selective pairing. It tells me overall it's a B minus. It's saying it's going to produce something better on dirt than turf, which is a bit surprising. It's a B plus on dirt, C plus on turf. A heart is A minus, which is good. What I want to check now, I know my horse, I know it produces decent horses. I don't know this one, so I need to have a look at it. So I can see the top 3 horses there that this horse has produced by earnings, so that's okay. And I know I can also see the sire of the horses, England's Dreaming, who I think, I'm pretty sure is a very good sprinting sire. So we can go ahead and breed that and see what happens. Now, what you want to do, come down here, just double check the total fee, because your breeding cost is $8.50. You're breeding your horse, it doesn't cost you anything. Everybody pays that $8.50, but you're paying for the mare, which is £5. You could make a mistake, that could be £15 or £50, and so good to check that. So there's another thing here. This is very similar to an evaluation. It reveals the chance of a 1-star, 2-star, 2.5 or 3-star. It's pretty much the same thing. I use the evaluation because that was there first and it's what I'm used to. So anyway, let's breed them and see what happens. Right, so what we've got, it tells you, unlike the sales ring, you have a 2.5-star turf sprinter. So remember that, take a note of it. And I always like to make a note of the heart as well. So now, what we want to do now is to check the growth. It's quite a lot of growth on all goings there, which it could be right. It could actually be better on dirt. We're going to have to check that all out. So we'll start the training. Let's try a run on fast, 1 mile, see what it does. 142.56, And the best turf going is firm, so we'll try a run on that just to double check. 142.80. So the difference is 0.24. And the difference on growth between, what did we train on, firm and fast? The difference on growth, fast is more advanced, so firm will catch up. It's going to be very close. You can see it's going to be very close between firm and fast. So that looks very much like this has produced a dual purpose horse, can go on both goings. Alright, so let's get back to the training then. We'll stay as we are, doesn't matter now. Put the blinkers on, same conditions, farm workout, which is private, train. $142.81, and that's the same to 1/100th of a second naked. That's very good indication that it will not like blinkers. Remove that, try the tongue tie, same conditions, train again. 142.07, then it's always good to see a bit of green in there. So that's that tells you definitely it likes the tongue tie. So we'll remove that, put earmuffs on, same conditions, and train again. 142.69, that's I'm certain that's an improvement as well. So judging by all this, I say blinkers no, tongue tie yes, EM yes. Just to make sure, click on the horse, let's check the equipment, go to Master Trainer, it costs $2 in bonus credits, check equipment, blinkers. Really does not like the use of blinkers. Okay. Well, not surprising there. So it doesn't like the use of blinkers, but it needs at least one. I mean, that doesn't tell you if it needs both or not, but the training run suggests strongly that it needs both. Right, so let's train again. It'd be nice to know if this horse actually stays a mile. So let's train it and find out. So this is a public work. This is available here, and it shows the public workout of every horse on the site. %. That's not bad. It's not bad for a sprinter to get 10% at a mile. That's quite handy. It means I can tell you it'll be a very strong 7 furlong sprinter. So let's train again. We now know that it does stay as far as a mile. I believe that it's a dual purpose and it will go on any going. So I'm going to click horse preference and horse preference for the remainder of the trains. You expect runs on good, firm and soft to be behind the runs on fast, because fast is almost full, it's 3/4 or more full. Right, that's interesting. So what we have here over 7 furlong is a 1 star. That means the horse is in the top 50% globally. But remember, that was on good. It's definitely, almost certainly going to be better on fast. Now here over a mile, it's 2 star. That means it's 25% globally. It's in the top 25% of all the horses on the site, and it's still even better than that because it's better on fast, and it didn't have the EM on in that run. It's quite possible that when you continue training, you might see a green star somewhere here on the mile, because that would make it in the top 10%, and it's not far off from that. So that basically is it. That's your training all done. Right, so before I leave, just one other thing just to run through with you quickly. As I say, we can't actually be certain about the EM. The thing is with the EM, the difference it's going to generate is always very small, 0.1, 0.2. If it's 0.1, 0.2 better than the naked time, it probably needs it. 0.1, 0.2 worse, it probably doesn't. But it could pay to do some training runs with and without the EM over a longer distance and get an average idea whether it's better or worse without the EM. And that's about it. That's a wrap.